What is up? Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It is Shooting the Shit Uncensored. I am your host, the dad bod god himself, the bald, the beard, the fucking beautiful Piers Austin. And today, I should say, I have a very special guest joining me. My guest is Vince Russo. If you don't know who Vince Russo is, then you are definitely not a wrestling fan. Vince has been synonymous with the wrestling world for the last 3 decades, working for WWE, WCW, TNA. Now he is the El Jefe and the man in charge for russosbrand.com and also Channel Attitude. But also I am kind of he's also kind of my boss with Wrestling with Tragedy, being part of Russo's brand. And Vince has been someone who's become a mentor to me, someone that I look up to, and I'm glad to call Vince a friend now. But guys, before I bring out Vince for our one-on-one chat, I just want to take a quick pause for the cause to thank some of those amazing sponsors we have that keep this show possible every single week. First up is sleefs.com. That's SLEEFS, sleefs.com. If you or someone you know is an athlete, you need to check out sleefs.com and check out some of their amazing products, guys. They've got armbands, compression pants, compression tights, compression socks, compression shorts. They've got headbands, mouth guards, and guys, they've even got dirty boxes. Now, they sent me a bunch of these dirty boxes. They actually sent me a box of the dirty boxes. And guys, they are the most comfortable boxes that I own. I'm an active guy. I got 3 kids. I work out every day. I'm always on the go. They stay dry. They stay comfortable. They stay fresh. And guys, they've got a really funky designs on the front of them as well to keep that special person in your life giggling and happy in the bedroom as well. So make sure you check out some of those products. Use promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase. But next up, guys, is healthvape.com. If you're a smoker or you've got a smoker in your family or one of those vapor people that walk around with those things that chuck up big fucking clouds, head over and check out healthvape.com. Their products have no nicotine, no addictive or harmful chemicals, and they are vitamin infused. So check out healthvape.com. Use promo code MWAPOD and get a 10% discount on your final purchase. Now, guys, as well, MWA Podcast Network, we're smashing it out. We have 7 shows for you guys, nearly a show every single day of the week. We've got the Funkin' Kingpin show. We got Killing the Business. We got Get Funked. We got Knights of the Gimmick Table. We got Wrestling with Sports, NXT Roundup. Guys, we have everything that you want, much like my guest, who was kind of my inspiration for MWA Podcast Network, which is Vince Russo, and I'm going to bring him out now. Vince, thank you for joining me, brother.
Piers, what's going on over there, man? Listen, I'm very concerned about you. You know, I made a new friend over in Australia, Kellyanne. Kellyanne's my new friend. And she wrote to me yesterday, bro, telling me she's protesting in the streets. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck is going on? I'm worried about Kellyanne's well-being. Are you out there protesting in the street, Piers?
No, I'm not. I'm in a different part of Australia to Kellyanne. She's in Victoria. I'm in New South Wales. So I actually don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, she said to me, we're protesting in the streets in the front of the parliament. And I'm like, please be safe, man.
Yeah, it's crazy with everything we've had happen with lockdowns here over the last 6 months. We've had massive protests. We had in Sydney where I live, we had police getting attacked and ink bombed and throwing, and you kind of feel for it because it's dude, I mean, this is a person who's just trying to feed his family, trying to look after his kids, and people are just sort of just launching fucking debris at him.
Gee. What's an ink bomb? I never heard of that before. What is that?
It's kind of just throwing a thing which is just containing a whole bunch of ink, and it lands on them and just explodes.
Oh my gosh! You see that? I never heard of before.
Yeah, hey man, Australians, we get creative, Vince. What can I tell you, bro?
Wow, man, that sucks. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, but how's things been with you, man? You've had a crazy few months as well with
the
creation of Channel Attitude.
We had a real tough stretch, Piers. Piers, what happened was back in, God, I'm going all the way back to June now with russosbrand.com, bro. What was actually happening was as subscribers were paying me, before the money got to my account, somebody was actually intercepting it, and all the money from the subscribers were going into a fund somewhere in China.
Shit.
So the problem, bro, with a lot of websites is a lot of websites have like these plugins. And that's kind of where hackers get into. They get in through the plugins. So what happened was, once we knew we were being hacked, I had to hire a new programmer to build me a new website. Bro, this guy used the same plugins, and that site got hacked. So finally, bro, I had to go to a new programmer to build this up from scratch. No plugins, no WordPress, nothing like that. I mean, this guy typed in and programmed the entire thing. So the reality of it is, bro, like, Russo's brand, I mean, we were literally down, Piers, for about 4 months. I couldn't take on new subscribers. We had to send everybody, we had to email them the shows. They couldn't use an RSS feed. So finally, on November 1st, we launched the beta system, and we now can take subscribers again. Everybody's got the RSS feed. But man, bro, like I said, we were down for about 4 months. It was tough, man.
It was crazy. And, like we sort of partnered up in that time as well for a period as well. And it just got to a point for us where it was like, we were sort of sitting there looking at it going like, we can't grow. There's nothing that we can really do here. We got to sort of make a decision. And it's funny, like people that are sort of like not in the wrestling world sort of said, oh, you were dealing with Vince Russo. Now they don't, is there heat with you and Vince?
Bro, I'm so sick of that, bro. I am so sick of that. Like bro, I've known Disco Inferno for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Disco's been doing shows with me for 7 years. Okay, bro, Disco works at a gentleman's club. So during the football season, they increase his hours. So Disco basically said to me, Vince, during football season, they've increased my hours. I'm doing a lot of work with Conan on keeping it 100. He said, bro, I have no free time. He goes, I just want to kind of take a hiatus till football season's over. Then when my schedule gets back to normal. So, of course, bro, I'm his friend. Glenn, I get it. No problem. Absolutely. Yeah. Go do what you have to do. But immediately, Glenn and Disco have like, bro, like what is wrong with you people? And Piers, you're gonna know this too because you're kind of doing what I'm doing, bro. The more people you add and the more shows you add, Piers, bro, some shows are gonna work out, some aren't. I mean, it's a bit, bro. Look at you, bro. You know how many turnover? Like when you look at a Sirius Radio satellite, you know how much turnover they've had in shows? Some shows
ridiculous.
work out. Yeah, some work out, some don't. You rotate shows, you drop ones that might not be drawing, you add new ones, but immediately, I don't know if it's the wrestling business or what, immediately it's got to be heat. Oh, there's heat. Oh, God, bro, it's pathetic, man. It really is.
And that's the first reaction that goes to a lot of people where it's like, oh, what is the heat? What is the issue? And that's one of the things, like Vince, I got to be honest, like I find you to be one of the most fascinating people in the wrestling industry. And it's like getting to know you over the past year or two that we've sort of been dealing with each other. I find it interesting how much social media heat that you get and people that comment on it on a daily basis. How do you do you even read the comments anymore? Like, how can you disconnect? Because it must get exhausting after every day.
It gets exhausted. And there are times, Piers, like a lot of times I need to take a break from social media. It gets, bro, listen, at the end of the day, I can sit here, bro. I'm one of the lucky ones, Piers, because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have skeletons in my closet. There's not one thing I'm hiding. So what that enables me to do, bro, is that enables me to be truthful. I tell the truth all the time because I've got nothing to hide. Go look in my closet. You never hear those things about Vince Russo, within the business. Vince did this and Vince did that. No, bro, what it always is the wrestling marks didn't like entertainment in their wrestling. That's what we're talking about at the end of the day. But the problem is, bro, like, I am a very, very, very truthful person because I have nothing to hide. Bro, hire a private detective to look into my life. Like, knock yourself out. I am a very, very honest person. But Piers, I could tell you the truth till I'm blue in the face. If you want to believe what you want to believe, you're going to believe what you want to believe. If you want to believe Vince Russo is A, B, and C, then you're gonna believe Vince Russo is A, B, and C, no matter what I do, no matter what I say. That's what you're gonna believe. And I've really, really learned to understand that over the years, especially, bro, what we're really talking about is these people that hate me or dislike me. Bro, they don't know me. They hated my style of writing. That's what they hated, which is ridiculous, Piers. Piers, I'm a big television fan. I'm sure you're a big television fan. Bro, if you're watching a show that isn't your style of writing and you don't enjoy the show, you just go on to another show. I mean, it's kind of that simple. But the fact that I didn't have 2 hours of wrestling in a 2-hour show, I'm now this demon person. Bro, it's at the point of being ridiculous, man.
But do you think it was also because when you were an on-screen character, like
Yes.
you were only known as being a heel, not a babyface? If you think that the roles were flipped and you were a babyface, and even after everyone's sort of come out and said, "Oh, Vince has done this, this, and this," do you think fans would maybe be more on the fence with you as opposed to thinking?
I don't think so, and I'll tell you why, bro. Because, bro, you know how you hear about, you hear about, this one's racist and this one's sexist and this one's a homophobe and this one's this and this one that. Bro, I got to tell you, bro, my entire life in the wrestling business, I'll tell you right now, bro, I've had to deal with many, many, many people that hate New Yorkers. And you can call that whatever you want, bro, but there is no doubt in my mind I was discriminated against because I was a New Yorker and I was from the Northeast. And, bro, here's the problem, Piers. When you're from the Northeast, when you're a guy like me, Bully Ray, Taz, Tommy Dreamer, I can name a million of them. When you come from the Northeast, bro, one thing that you have is you have confidence. Because, like, bro, it's a dog-eat-dog world rat race. And if you don't have confidence, bro, and if you're not leading the pack, you're going to get chewed up and spit out. So that's why you see a lot of guys like me, Dreamer, Taz, Bully Ray, like that's the cloth that we come from. But also what comes with that, Piers, is we tell the truth. You're taught that, bro, at a very early age. Bro, families fight, families yell and scream at each other because we put it all out there. There's no secrets. Like, we are very, very truthful people. Bro, truth does not work in the wrestling business because you have a lot of liars and you have a lot of con men and you have a lot of politicians and you have a lot of carnival barkers. And if you're one of the guys that tells the truth, what that means, Piers, is sooner or later, you're going to call somebody out. You're going to call that's the heat Eric Bischoff has with me, bro. There were 2 times, one in WCW and one in TNA, where I called Eric out. And now, Piers, the reason why I called him out was, bro, I'm not going to play these political games like that. That's not me. Like, let's get it all out in the open. The people involved, let's get it all. Because like I said, bro, I don't have shit to hide. I don't have anything to hide. But, bro, being a New Yorker, was literally held against me for as long as I was in the business, just the way that I talked. Bro, Jim Cornette was number one on the list. Jim Cornette could not stand people from the Northeast. I mean, no matter what I did, no matter what I said, I was a New Yorker to him. And bro, like that's just effed up.
And that's the heat that you had is where you were from. Is
bro, I swear to God, like Jim used to get off when we were working together. He used to get off on calling me a Yankee. Like that was supposed to, and I would literally say, Jim, you do realize we have a baseball team called the Yankees, right? You do understand that doesn't
that's not an insult.
Exactly.
In the 90s,
like,
right?
But bro, he used to like love calling me that. But that's what it is, bro. People have a bias against New Yorkers. So the second I open my mouth, I'm a loudmouth, no, bro, I'm a New Yorker. This is where I came from. This is how I was raised. This is what I know. But bro, that's been a huge problem for me, man.
And you know, it's funny because that's kind of like how a majority of Australians are as well. But like my interactions with New Yorkers, like Angel and guys like that, like Angel's the same way. Angel's one of those guys who's probably been in the wrestling business, and he's probably one of those guys who just doesn't give a fuck. Like he's very straightforward.
Yeah.
Angel is how he is. He's going to say what he is. Is he politically correct? Not all the time, and he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, like, we're all that way, bro. Vito, Vito's on my network, bro. We're all that way. That if you weren't that way in New York, bro, you weren't going to survive because everybody else was that way. So like you either get in that race or, you're just going to get eat up and spit out. So like as a New Yorker, and I mean, I lived there until I moved to work for the WWE. So I lived there for the 35 years of my life. That's just who you are. And it's funny, Piers, because in the wrestling business, bro, obviously I had to work with people from all over the world. And, bro, I worked with the Jerry Jarretts, in Memphis. I worked with the Eric Bischoffs in Minnesota. I worked with a Bill Watts in Texas. Like I worked with all these people from all over. I never had a bias to them based on where they came from. I mean, but like I said, bro, I've dealt with that from day one in the wrestling business.
And it's kind of like funny because like you look at old school the wrestling side of things from the Southern and stuff like that. But even like, Cornette calling you a Yankee, like it's like I just imagine like Foghorn Leghorn going, "I say, boy."
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's like, bro, like real, but yeah, I mean, bro, that's a big part of his absolute hatred towards me is just where I'm from. That's a big part of it, bro.
But that's funny. Like it's like I've heard of like the wrestling business heat being like petty at times, but over being where someone's from.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a form of racism. Well, I don't want to say racism because it's like the same country, but it's like state against state or whatever.
And bro, I gotta be honest with you too. When I worked at the WWE, like I was fine because Vince is a Northeast guy, But bro, when I went to work in WCW in the South, bro, that probably played against me as well. Here's this loudmouth New Yorker who's opinionated and isn't going to listen to what anybody else has to say. And, they were all, Southern and quiet and, and liars. And bro, I got to tell you that I'm sure that played a part of, what my story was in WCW.
I always felt with WCW, like while it did sort of have strong competition against WWE there for a lot, 83 weeks that Eric Bischoff likes to tell everyone. But I always felt that WCW's product was always, I think, a step or two behind WWE's. Like I think WWE really pushed that limit with the Attitude Era with a lot of the storylines, but I feel like WCW was always one or two steps just behind WWE, if that makes sense.
Well, bro, listen, let's face it, what wound up giving them the 83 weeks, which was the NWO. And I give Eric and Kevin and Scott, I give them all the credit in the world for that, bro. That was really, really good. But what happened, Piers, was since they were only a one-trick pony, after a while, bro, that got so watered down where it didn't mean anything. And while it was getting watered down, that's when we started building momentum with not one storyline, but several storylines going on. And, I think that's exactly what happened. They had that one story, and then, it's NWO Red and NWO Pink and NWO. Bro, they watered that thing out until it meant nothing. And, bro, I'll say it again. And that's where, people will fight with me and argue with me. Bro, that's where writing comes in. That's where professional writers come in, because, bro, anybody can write, for, a year but, bro, to consistently year after year, that takes a writer, bro, not a booker. It's two completely different things.
Yeah. Like a booker just sort of puts everything together, where a writer's
Tony
really sort
Khan
of
is a booker. Bro, Tony Khan has said it a million times. He puts the matches together. What he thinks the marks are going to like and the heart. Okay, bro, that's fine. You're putting matches together, but the reason why the Attitude Era drew, 8 million people, whatever the hell it was because they weren't all wrestling fans. So it wasn't all wrestling. As a matter of fact, bro, when you talk about the casual audience, bro, the last thing they care about is the match. That's the last thing they care about. So, Tony Khan is booking matches, but he's not writing compelling television. That's the problem. So, bro, booking matches and booking a house show is much, much different than writing a television show. And, bro, I say this all the time. When Ed Ferrara and myself, when the writers left, bro, go look at the numbers. You will see a 20-year decline straight in professional wrestling, because that's when the writers left.
Yeah. And I think, like, you mentioned with Tony Khan being more of a booker than a writer, I find it interesting that Tony Khan would put himself in the head of creative for AEW when he's been in the wrestling business for like a year to 2 years. It's like, like you've got people like Jim Ross, Tully Blanchard, like Arnett, all these other people there that are around, Taz, like the list goes on and on of who they've got there. And like, I'll be honest, Vince, I've watched AEW maybe a handful of times, and every time I try and sit down to watch it, I see something stupid and I feel like I can't watch this.
Yeah.
I'm like, click.
Yeah, no, Piers, I watched AEW for the first 19 months. And then what happened was, Piers, when I hit my 60th birthday, I just said to myself, bro, I'm not wasting any of my time anymore watching something I don't enjoy. It's a massive, massive waste of my time. So I literally, January is going to be a year where I literally have not watched one episode of that show.
Yeah, I saw the last time I saw something was Jericho falling off a cage onto cardboard metal ground.
Yes.
I was just like, you've just buried your top talent. Sorry, yeah. I don't want to.
That's what makes me laugh, bro. It's like, bro, like when I do Russo's brand, when you do your network, bro, what do we want to do? What do we want to do, Piers? We want to hire the best people.
Yeah.
You know, hire the best people. That's how you, no matter what your business is, no matter what the model is, no matter what you're selling, you want to hire the best people. But see, bro, that's not how it works in wrestling. Because when they know somebody is better than them, then they go in protect my spot mode. And they will bury the Vince Russos and the Ben Hamins, and they will bury those people to make sure they don't get a spot in the wrestling business, because they're going to be a threat to them. So what does that mean, Piers? That means that you have the best people literally on the outside. Bro, no other business works that way in the freaking world. No. When you start a business and you have a business, number one is You want the best people possible. That's number one. So Tony Khan, is writing. And bro, I know you guys do some stuff with TNA and everything. And bro, I'm gonna say this. Bro, we were drawing 2 million people at TNA. And Scott D'Amore was working there. I was working with Scott D'Amore every week. We're drawing 2 million people. I think Impact now draws 200,000. Bro, not even a phone call from D'Amore. Hey, Vince, like, am I missing something here? Like, what did you do? How the hell did TNA get to nothing, bro? No phone call. Like, and that's what I mean. It's like, bro, you've got people sitting here that can help you, but because you're so inept and you're so afraid of losing your spot that we're painted as the enemy. Oh, bro, we're bitter. We're this, we're that. And bro, I've gotten to the point with wrestling now, and I had an email exchange with Vince McMahon 2 weeks ago. I've gotten to the point of wrestling now, bro. I swear to you, Piers, I'm like, you know what? Crash and burn, man. You've done this to yourself. You deserve it. You don't want to listen to anybody that knows. Crash and burn. And that's what I do now, bro. I sit back, I watch it week after week, lower, 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 lower. That's why when I got into podcasting, Piers, I said from day one, I'm not putting my eggs in the wrestling basket. What those lunatics are going to do, I've got no control over the way a 76-year-old Vince McMahon books a show. I made the decision. I'm putting my eggs in the Vince Russo basket. If you sign up for russosbrand.com, you're signing up for me. My eggs are not in the wrestling basket because, quite frankly, the wrestling industry sucks. Right now, it sucks. It's embarrassing. It's dead. Nobody's watching it. And they don't want to talk to anybody that has done it before and knows how to do it. So, bro, crash and burn. I'll sit here and I'll watch it happen.
At this stage of your life, though, Vince, like if WWE, AEW, Impact, one of those companies came calling for you to go and work there, knowing you as much as I got to know you, I can't see you going and working for a regime, going through that again at this stage.
You're gonna see. I'm doing a series now on Patreon. You guys could see it on the screen. It's called Vince versus Vince. And the reason why I'm doing this series is because as of 2 weeks ago, my relationship with him is officially over. Period. At the end of the sentence. And there was an email exchange. And I am going to read those emails on the show. You will see exactly where I stand in 2001 when it comes to working for the WWE or working for an AEW or working for, you will see firsthand exactly where I stand. Piers, I am not bullshitting you. And nobody will ever believe this. If he called me tomorrow and said, I will pay you $5 million to come back to this company, be on the road every week, be in my beck and call, the answer would be no, without a shadow of a doubt. Because you know why, Piers? I know if I ever went back into that system, bro, they'd find me dead in a hotel room. I mean, I'm telling you, physically, bro, mentally, emotionally, as a 60-year-old man, I could never survive in that industry. I would never survive, bro.
I think even probably less so now, because I think probably at this stage in your life, as opposed to what it was like back in the 90s, you're probably less willing to appease people and play the corporate bullshit game that comes with the wrestling business.
Bro, the most important thing was, there was a point, bro, where I needed a job. Like before podcasting, like there were, I started a couple of businesses. They didn't work out. And there were times when I needed a job and like I was kind of at their mercy a bit. The bottom line is, bro, I don't need a job now. So like, this is my job. This is what I do. And like I said, man, when I start getting into some of these emails, and you see the back and forth between me and Vince, I think it's going to be an eye opener for a lot of people because, Piers, it kind of plays into these releases. I am so effing sick of everybody with the gloom and doom of these releases. It's like I just put a tweet out a couple of minutes ago, Piers. Bro, is working at the WWE really the dream anymore? Like, seriously, bro, you are an independent contractor. So independent, bro, look up the word independent. You are an independent contractor. This guy owns your ass, tells you what you can and cannot do. You can't make money on social media. You can't work. You can't do this. You can't do that. Owns you. Okay. I can fairly say at least half of the people working there are absolutely miserable. Piers, I got to tell you, this is a God honest truth. This past week, I started getting some text messages out of the blue from a high-ranking person in the WWE. Bro, the guy's freaking miserable. Miserable. So you're an independent contractor, but you're working for him. You're at his beck and call. You can't do anything else. You can't take other jobs, other gigs. You can't go on social media. You're miserable. They haven't made a star in I don't know how long. So, you're going to be a guy like John Morrison and you're going to be, chanting. You're going to be doing drippy drip. You're going to be doing the most ridiculous stuff in the world. You're going to look like an absolute moron. So when they release you, it's doom and gloom. Bro, if I was one of those persons that got be released, I would say, thank God. Because when you're released, bro, now you've got your freedom. Now you can go out and do whatever you want to do. And like, oh, bro, the gloom and doom of losing a job. Bro, you're a freaking independent contractor to begin with, man. Get over it. I can't. Every time we see these waves and, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, this, my God, bro. Right now, that would be the last place in the world I'd ever want to work. And the fact that these people think their lives are over when they get a release, give me a break, bro.
I find it more funny when the ones that go there and say thank you to WWE for giving me. And it's funny, but like Vince, I've been fired from jobs before, and like my thought isn't to sit there and go and, hey, thank you very much for fucking me over and like booting me in the ass.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a huge honor. I'd like to work.
Thank you for giving me shitty creative for the last 5 years that nobody could have ever gotten over. Thank you for not listening to me and my ideas. Yeah, get the frig out of here. Thank you, bro. Somebody kicks your ass out the door. You're gonna be thanking them, Piers. Come on, man.
The best one that I saw was Mickie James when she left her, and she said like, thanks very much, and it's like a garbage bag full of shit.
Bro, she just put out a great quote this morning. I just quoted her on Twitter. She is the only one that says what I'm saying, like, stop already. This is an opportunity. You don't got to be in this political cesspool anymore. You can be yourself. You can dictate your own future. Stop with the freaking gloom and doom, bro.
You're exactly right, Vince, and as far as like wrestling today, you mentioned like, they're not reaching out to people that sort of can get them to those 2 million viewers. Do you think that the way that the world is now with wrestling, that wrestling could get back to having those 2 million viewers every single week?
Absolutely it can, but not with the people in place now. Bro, you would need a clean sweep. Bro, you know what you would really need? I'll tell you what you would really need. I'm telling you, bro. You would need like USA Network stepping in. You would need TNT stepping in. Bro, you would need to get rid of all the wrestling shit. I'm talking about the people. You need to get rid of that old school. You need to get rid. If you had television people step in that know about characters, know about episodic television, know how to write, the right people are put in place, the best people where there's no politics. And yes, but bro, you are talking about a total restructure across the board. That is the only way, bro, you will ever get to those numbers again.
And it's funny, you mentioned the old school wrestling people, and I was actually having a conversation with someone this past Saturday at a show who's in the business, and we were talking about certain things that companies do to get attention, and how like the old school sort of like hate on it, and but they're killing the business, they're doing this, they're doing that. And this guy made a point. He's like, yeah, we could put the same standard boring wrestling chain matches on every single time and no one will fucking watch it. Or we can do something dramatic, which is a little bit clickbaitish, but then it brings a whole heap of more eyes on to our product as an attention. Yeah. He goes, Will Ospreay, for example, if he was just doing chain wrestling, would he be one of the biggest stars outside of the WWE in wrestling?
Well, Piers, you see it all the time. You see it when an AEW brings in a Mike Tyson. You'll see that spike. Like, wait a minute, with Shaquille O'Neal? You'll see that spike, but bro, the next week they go right back to the same old shit. So if I tuned in to see Mike Tyson, and then I'm tuning in the following week, oh, bro, this is just wrestling, man, bell to bell. So you see that works. The problem is, bro, they don't even attempt to do that on a consistent basis.
One of the things I liked from, back in when I was growing up watching wrestling during that Attitude Era was every single week there was moments in the show which were like, fuck, I want to know what happens next. Like, what's happening with this character? What's happening with this story? And at the end, there'd be a big sort of like moment where it's like, holy fuck, like what's going on? And then it's like, damn it, I've got to wait another week. And this is before the dirt sheets and you know what I mean?
Because, Piers, what you're talking about, bro, it is exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about good television shows. Like, Piers, the over here, I don't know if you get it, I'm sure you do, but the new it's not even a new season, but they're revisiting Dexter. And I never watched the first run Dexter. I watched a couple of shows here and there, but I started watching the new Dexter, and I'm like, let me go back and watch all the old episodes. Well, bro, while I'm watching all the old episodes, it's exactly what you're saying. Like, oh my, I got to know what happened. So what happens, bro, is you find yourself like binge watching, but bro, that's good television. That could be a drama. That could be a comedy. That could be anything. And Piers, what that goes back to is the writing. It is the writing. The writing has to hook you. Bro, the only people you're going to hook by having match after match after match after match after match are wrestling marks. Those are the only people that are going to watch your show. Bro, I was watching Raw this week. They had a bullshit in ring at the beginning of the show where nobody said anything. Then they had the first match. Piers, by the time the first match was over, we were 40 minutes into the show. Like, are you kidding me? Bro, I'm revisiting the Attitude Era now, on Russo's brand.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the times of the matches. Bro, you're talking about 3, 4, 5 minutes tops. Now you got these 15, 20, 25-minute match. Bro, no casual fan in the world is going to sit through that crap, bro.
Yeah, even if you go to like an indie show or something like that, unless it's like well-known guys, performing on that show, you're going to lose the crowd. If you've got like 8 matches that are all 10, 15 minutes long, you're going to lose that crowd very quick.
Yep. And bro, that's the thing, man. I knew the reason we did Crash TV back in, 97 was because of the attention span of the audience. Bro, over the last 24 years, that attention span has gotten shorter. And what have they done? They've made the matches longer. Does that make any sense to anybody, bro?
But you know what I find as well, like it's creative in wrestling now has just become lazy. Like
Oh
in a
yeah.
lot
Oh
of
yeah.
senses,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Like you see a lot of performers, and like Nikki Cross, for example. Like her superhero gimmick. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, she's getting buried.
Yep.
That must have been from that promo. And I'd said that to a couple of wrestling marks, and they're going, no, but she just won the other night. How is she getting buried? And I'm like, you like, come on, man.
Bro,
Like, just because you go over doesn't mean you're not
it's so
you're getting
funny,
pushed.
bro, because you can see when people are being ripped. Because let's take Nikki Cross, for instance. Bro, supposedly she laid that whole thing out. And bro, I'm guaranteeing you, while she's laying it out inside, the Bruce Pritchards, the Vince McMahons, they're going hysterical. And then it's like, okay, let's go out and do this. And now the ribs on Nikki. Bro, they're doing it now with Carmella. I guarantee you, bro, this is what happened with Carmella. I guarantee you, Piers. They had to do a pre-tape, or maybe her match was up next or something, and nobody could find her. I guarantee it, Piers, she was sitting in a makeup chair. I guarantee you, bro, she was in makeup. She was late at Gorilla or late for a pre-tape. So what do? Oh, now we're going to put a mask over her face. Bro, that's what they do. That's what. But if you weren't there, you would never understand this. But every time they're ribbing somebody or making sure somebody's going to fail, oh my God, bro, you could see right through it. Right through it.
Yeah, and it's almost like they love people, that they love those opportunities just to fuck
love
with
it.
people.
They love it, bro. Love it.
But it's been happening for years, because I remember back in the day, Jim Ross was making like, oh, he's one of Pat Patterson's boys, with a look like that, and it's like rewatching it now, 20 years later, it's like, okay.
Bro, since I started with them in 94, 95, bro, they do this all the time. And when you work there, you know it. Like you can see when, oh shit, bro, there. Bro, when bro, listen, let's face it. We'll talk about something in common.
Yeah.
Bro, a guy like me, okay, bro, if I could be Drew McIntyre for 15 minutes, okay, bro, the guy's body, guy's got the look of an Adonis. My God, bro, like let me be Drew for like 15 minutes, bro. This guy's a movie star, a freaking
100%.
movie star, bro. What happens? Next week he comes out in a skirt with a sword. It's like, are you like serious? Okay, so I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, who did Drew piss off? What didn't Drew like about the creative? Bro, think about this, Piers. The guy's going out there with a sword.
Yeah.
Is he going to pierce people? Like, is he stabbing people with this sword? What the hell is he going out there with a sword for? But I'm telling you, bro, either he questioned something creatively, either he didn't want to do something. And, bro, that's what happens. Okay, bro, well, the next week, we're going to try you going out there in a skirt. Bro, if you can't get Drew McIntyre over, you should be nowhere near the wrestling business, bro. Nowhere near it, bro.
But that's the sort of same sense that I always got from like EC3, like Ethan Carter III, whatever you want to call him. This guy was money, like looked great, left, created a character, defined his body, got himself in the best shape possible. Pardon me. Comes back to WWE, a made guy, and they still couldn't figure out what to do with him.
Because, bro, I'll tell you two reasons. I'll tell you, and bro, this is a guy, another UK guy. Nick Aldis and EC3 are very much the same. And I know this because I worked with Nick, and like now I do a podcast with EC3. Bro, I'll tell you, they've got two problems, and these two problems don't work in wrestling. Number one, bro, they're confident. When you are confident, Nick Aldis is very confident. EC3 is very confident. Bro, when you're very confident and somebody has an issue with you for whatever reason, all of a sudden you're arrogant. You're arrogant. No, they're not arrogant. They're confident. And bro, here's the second curse. And this is Nick and this is EC3. Bro, when you're smarter than they are, and they know you're dead. You are dead. So the fact that these guys were confident and smart, you're dead in the water, bro. Dead.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I think they almost brought him back just to sort of see him fail
Yeah,
that second time, and that's the thing. It's
absolutely.
like, yeah,
Absolutely.
and I kind of see that's the same way that the LA Knight, whatever in NXT, like it's just I think he's going to be in the same boat, and
Yep.
but it just comes down to I think that these mind games and stuff, like while years ago you can call it hazing or ribbing or anything like that, in 2021 it's surprising that it's still going on with cancel culture and everyone having like these voices, and we've seen little bits and stuff coming out. But do you think that WWE is going to get outed more and more for this sort of bullying type behavior in this sort of day and age?
Bro, I don't think so, because you don't know it unless you've been in the system. You know what I mean? Like when you've
Yeah.
worked there, you can see it a mile away. But if you're on the outside looking in, you would have no idea what's really, really going on.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, yeah, a lot of like stars that see getting released, they turn around, they go, finally the shackles are off. Finally, they when they
Yeah,
get those
man.
releases, a lot of them are like going, I have this freedom now. And it's like, how restrictive is it being in that system and being in that bubble though?
Bro, I got to tell you, like, this is like one of the stories where like I saw it firsthand. Bro, I remember when Austin was hot. And I remember, bro, Sable, her role, bro, was like the game show pretty girl that was, and I'll never forget, bro. We had a scene where there was this big inflatable, whether it was a King of the Ring armchair or something, WWF, you put your beer in it, whatnot, and Sable came out as the spokesmodel, pointing to this and this and this and showing it. I was in the house, bro, and that got the second biggest pop behind Austin. And that's when in my mind I knew, bro, we've got to do something with Sable. She could be over huge. It was like my idea, let's put the title on her and this, that, and the other thing. And bro, Sable became a huge star. Huge. Okay. And bro, I'll never forget this. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Of all people, and this is really old school now, Taker gets in Vince's ear because a woman is taking a spot of one of the boys. That should not be, that should be one of the boys. The fact that Sable was so over, the boys couldn't handle it because this is the boys' world. This is the boys' club. No,
the alpha business.
And a woman is taking somebody's spot. Bro, within 2 weeks, she was in the Island of Misfit Toys. What was the name of that group?
The Oddities.
Human Oddities.
Human Oddities.
2 weeks later, she's in the Human Oddities, and people are like, what? Like, wait a minute. Like, why is, bro, that's how it works. And it's been working that way from day one, bro. All it takes is one person to say one thing and a career can be over. You want to be in that business, bro? Like, are you out of your mind? Bro, I'll give you another great story, Piers.
Yeah, sure.
Piers, Bischoff and Hogan come into TNA. So I was introducing Eric around. I introduced Eric to Nick Aldis. Nick had never met Eric before. So while we're there having a conversation, Nick wasn't really looking. Nick wasn't looking Eric in the eye because he was nervous. I knew he was. This is the first time he's meeting Eric Bischoff. His career is in the bound. He was nervous, so he didn't look Eric in the eye. Bro, we got to the next creative meeting we got to. Eric Bischoff basically says, I don't ever want to do anything with Nick Aldis because I can't trust him. He couldn't even look me in the eye. But that's what I'm talking about, bro. My point is that's all it takes. One person with one thing and you're done. This is the business you want to be in, bro. Are you nuts?
And it's the certain person putting that right word in that other person's ear,
right?
And it's like, but the thing is, it doesn't even necessarily. And it's funny because, like, talking with Angel and Alan and stuff like that, it doesn't necessarily have to be always so straight out forward. Going, hey Vince, yeah, like we don't like this. It could be like, yeah, Vince, he's just not reliable, Like I saw him running late.
Absolutely, bro. It could be something, Piers, as little as some bro. Let's talk about Matt Morgan for a second,
please,
bro. Come on, like Matt. First of all, Matt's brilliant. Second of all, Matt's. I don't even know. He's the Terminator.
He's a mega. It looks like a megastar.
So, bro, here's what happens. He walks into TV for the very first time. And as soon as they see this guy, and now as soon as they learn he's very smart, bro, the guy didn't stand a chance in hell. And why he didn't stand a chance in hell, Piers, was because he was a nice guy. So he wasn't going to get down in the dirt with these guys and play the game. So when all of a sudden you see a guy like Matt Morgan and he never makes it to superstar status, there's a reason behind it, bro. And here's the sad thing, Piers. A lot of times the victim, they have no idea. They have no idea. They have no idea what was going on. They have no idea they're never going to get pushed because of the one thing they said or done. It's the old thing, Piers, where you walk in a locker room, you got to shake everybody's hand. Bro, if you forget to shake one hand, that's all it could take. That's it. One hand. If you miss one hand and that person says something, now you're labeled, bro. Off the bat, now you're labeled.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's such a petty.
Yes,
it can be such a petty business, like almost like a child's.
Yes,
a child's, a game and stuff like that. It's like, and even the sort of politics between this person and that and this and stuff like that. It gets exhausting.
It's exhausting. And bro, that's why I'm telling you, Piers, you got to understand. I was in that world when I was in my mid 30s. You think I'm going to be doing that shit in my 60s? Like you got to be out of your mind because the same stuff is going on. The absolute same stuff is going on, man. And it's
just the faces have changed.
Exactly. And not many of them have.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It was funny. I was talking to Alan Funk not too long ago, who does a show on MWA's podcast network, and as well. And he was telling me about, when he was coming up through the power plant, he said, Russo came in and he was like, starting to use us guys from the power plant. He goes, the natural born thrillers, all these guys coming up. He goes, but certain stars, nope, we won't do business with them.
Oh, bro, that's how I lost my job. I mean, there's no question about it, bro. In the first 3 months, when I left after 3 months, that's exactly why, because I was trying to build these younger stars for the good of WCW. Bro, Flair and Hogan weren't going to wrestle forever. We've got to build these younger stars. And bro, I knew damn well, Hogan was going to run to management. Flair was going to run to management because, wrestlers are paranoid. I knew damn well that's what they were going to do. But bro, like I said, I don't play politics. I was doing that because that was what WCW needed at the time. So in the meantime, I know Flair's going to management. I know Hogan's going to management. And my attitude was, bro, if you want to listen to them and let me go, because I'm getting paid to do what I think is the right thing. and this is the right thing. But bro, Alan's dead on. That's exactly what happened, bro.
Yeah, and it's sad because, and I think even Terry Funk said this, where it's like you have to get the next generation of talent ready for the business, otherwise there will be no business for them to come into.
Right, but think about it. You're trying to do that, and you've got these veterans trying to protect their spots, so they're going to do whatever they can do to disallow that from happening. Bro, it's very hard. It's very hard to maneuver around that.
As far as like, dealing with talent, and there's a lot of egos in the wrestling business, Vince, but how, like, obviously, dealing with things how you did years ago when you went into WCW, what were some of the major setbacks or roadblocks that you were faced there when you got there?
Well, bro, the biggest thing was, bro, when I was in the WWE, I had Vince's protection. Because I was so successful for Vince, if you messed with me, you messed with Vince, and Vince made that clear. So what that enabled me to do, Piers, was concentrate 100% on my job. I didn't have to worry about the politics, the Bruce Pritchard bullshit. I didn't have to worry about any of that because I knew Vince had my back. Bro, the day I walked into WCW, there was a huge target on my back. Bro, I knew it from day one. But at the end of the day, I was getting paid to do a job. I wanted to do the job that I told them I was going to do. But the battlefield was so deadly, I was not going to exist in there. And, like I said, bro, 3 months later, bro, the last show they did before Russo and Ferrara was a 2.5. 3 months later, bro, when we know we've got to knock down the old building and start building a new foundation, which is what we were doing. 3 months later, bro, that 2.5 is now a 3.5. Anybody can go look at the numbers. They're there. So within 3 months, we raised that rating 1 rating point. Then I get called into an office and I'm like, oh, we've decided to take a change in direction. So I sit there and I say, okay, well, you're looking at the same numbers I do. We've gone from a 2.5 to a 3.5 in 3 months, and you want to change direction. Okay, bro, come on. What other explanation is there's no other explanation. My contract depended on ratings. The higher the ratings, the more I got paid. So I'm delivering exactly what the contract states, but we're making a change in direction. Bro, the change in direction was because of politics. And that's why I sat there and I said, no problem whatsoever. Make your change in direction. I'm not interested in being a part of it. So I'm going to go home now, and you're just going to have to figure out how you're going to pay me for the rest of my contract. I mean, it was that simple, but it was 100% political.
And if you, like, obviously, 30 years or 20 plus years down the line, what were some of the things that you'd do differently if you were facing that situation again?
You can't win it, bro. Piers, you can't win it. The only way you can win it is if you play the game with them. I'm not going to do that. I mean, that's not me. I'm not going to waste my time playing that game. So when I look back on that, bro, there's nothing I would have done differently. They paid me to do a job. I came in. I was doing that job. The political bullshit starts. I'm not getting involved in that. If you want to send me home because of politics, send me home and I'll figure out something else to do. So I nothing I would have done would have changed that unless I would have played the political game, and that's just not in my blood, man.
It's disappointing how many careers never had the success that they should have had.
Oh yeah,
like a Alan Funk, for example, like a Mark Jindrak, Sean O'Hare, like Elix Skipper, all these guys. that should have gone on to have stellar careers that
Absolutely.
sort of faded away because someone didn't like it.
Mike Sanders will tell you the story. Mike will tell you, when he showed up at WWE, Paul Heyman made sure that Sanders did not get hired because he knew Sanders could talk and Sanders could be somebody that could eventually. Sanders will tell you, Funk is friends with Sanders, bring him on. Yeah. He made sure that he screwed up Mike Sanders. And I think, Piers, it was over Mike Sanders not shaking somebody's hand. I think that's what it was over. Yeah, Mike will tell you the story.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and it's all,
bro, they're children. They're literally children. They're children, bro.
And that's the thing. You think someone like Heyman, who was like that anti-establishment, who would be a bit more like, you know what I mean? Like a bit more sort of liberal with the old school politics.
You are not there for that long unless you're playing the game. There is no way in hell you're there for that long, bro. No way.
Hey, and you know what? He's a smart guy because he's been around for a very long time.
God bless him, bro. I mean, God bless him. If he can look himself in the mirror at the night, at the end of the day, like God bless him. But bro, there's a reason. There is a reason, Piers. I only lasted there 5 years. I only lasted there 5 years because of the kind of person I was. That was it. I mean, there was no way I was going to last in that environment longer than that. It just wasn't going to happen.
Did you ever have many interactions with Heyman?
Not much, bro. Funny story, Piers. I'll try to make this short, but when I was at TNA, what did I care about, bro? The best show possible, the best people possible. I'm the head of creative, and I pitch Heyman to Dixie Carter. Okay, so bro. Dixie tells me to start talking to Paul. So, bro, I had a couple of conversations with Paul, bro, hours long, hours. So I said to Dixie, I talked to Paul. I arranged the meeting between Dixie and Paul. So now Dixie and Paul have a meeting, and I'm not at that meeting. So, bro, I go into the office that week and I said to Dixie, how'd everything go with Paul? She, great. We had a fantastic talk, this, that, and the other. Oh, he's great. He's this, that, and the other thing. Now, bro, you got to understand. Meanwhile, Dixie Carter is like the easiest person in the world to work. And you got the best worker in the world working her. So, okay, so then, bro, here's what everything was so good. Yeah. As a matter of fact, he's meeting with Spike today. He's meeting with Scott Fishman and Spike today. They're meeting with him today. And I look at him like, well, what time's the meeting? Oh no, the meeting's now. And I was like, wait a minute. Dixie, did you just send Paul Heyman to meet with Spike on his own without you? I said, Dixie, do you have any idea what you've just done? Do you have any idea what you've just done? I said,
handed him a loaded gun.
Heyman, he's going to go in that meeting. He's going to bury me. He's going to bury you. The next thing you know, he's somehow, some way, he's going to be running TNA. Dixie, what did you do? Like, bro, she had no idea. And, bro, sure enough, they come out of that meeting and bro, for the first time since the company's been in existence, now Spike says, we really need an executive producer. Impact really needs bro, we were in business with them for over 15 years. They never needed an exec. They meet with Paul Heyman, they need an exec, because what that does, bro, is that puts Paul between the network, and that gives Paul all the power.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the business. I could not believe when she told me she sent them there on her own. I'm like, Dixie, what did you do? And that's exactly what happened, bro.
I mean, is Dixie like the ultimate money mark?
Bro,
Like,
no, bro, listen, I got to tell you, I'm going to tell you this right now. Bro, I always liked Dixie Carter as a person. She should have never been in the wrestling business. There's no doubt about that. We still text to this day. I still keep in touch with Dixie to this day. Bro, I will say this without a shadow of a doubt. Tony Khan over there is 1,000 times the money mark that Dixie Carter was. Like, I'm telling you, bro, the things that I see Tony Khan do and say, Dixie would have never done and said in a million years. The problem with Dixie, bro, was they intimidated her. You know, Jeff Jarrett made Dixie feel like from day one, she didn't know anything about the wrestling business. Just keep your mouth shut. Be the money. He made her feel so clueless and so, and that Dixie was so insecure. She never wanted to speak up. She never wanted to say. That's why she was always hiring the Pritchards and the Heymans and the Bischoffs, because Jeff early on convinced her, you don't know shit, keep your mouth shut. And that was the problem with Dixie, bro. She was afraid. She was afraid to run her own company. Tony Khan, on the other hand, thinks he could do everything. He's the CEO, the president, the head booker, the head of, I mean, the guy's got like 18 titles. Dixie was afraid to make decisions in her own company because, bro, she was somewhat bullied. So it's two completely different situations.
Oh, absolutely. And, huge shout out to Tony Khan's Coke bag, which is all elite as well. So, I think that, Dixie Carter, from the sounds of it, just, was sounds like she was just a very timid person that sort of got scared into a corner almost to sort of just shut the fuck up, but also pay out all this money as well.
Yeah.
And it almost.
But to this day, I mean, I like her. I mean, I like Dixie a lot to this day. But bro, like at the end of the day, like because of what she had gone through, I was always looking to protect her. But bro, it was getting so bad at the end. Like she didn't even trust me. And like once that was happening, I was like, then this. If you don't have my trust, there's no point in me being here, man.
It sounds like she was just someone that just wasn't meant to be in the wrestling business.
Absolutely not. That's it.
And it sounds like it was probably the better thing for her mentally to get out of the wrestling business.
Absolutely, 1,000%. Absolutely. Yep.
But look, we are past that 1 hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time for Guess the Australian Slang. So, Vince, you know how this goes. I'm going to give you an Australian slang word or a Australian slang phrase, and you're going to have to tell me what it means. Last time you were on here, you did pretty well. So, I'm expecting some pretty good results here, Vince.
I love this part.
All right, so let's go. The first one is rooted. Fuck, Vince, I tell you, mate, I feel rooted.
I feel rooted.
Rooted.
I'm going to say drunk.
It tired or broken. Like if I see something like my car's broken down, the thing's rooted, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Hold on. Let me give you a sound effect for that one. Hold on.
All right, give me a sound effect.
Yeah. That's one. I'm 0-1. I'm 0-1, Piers.
Well, it's funny because Americans say when they're cheering for their sports team, we're rooting for you. But in Australia, if you say you're rooting for someone, it means like you're essentially fucking for them. So
yeah. See, I say when I'm like that, I'll say like what I'll say when I'm just tired or beaten, or I'll say I'm shot. I'm shot. I'm shot means I got nothing left.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go another one here. So next one is sanger. Hey Vince, can I fancy you in a sanger?
God, that could be so many things.
I'll make it easier. You look hungry. Would you like a sanger?
Oh God, singer. I don't even know, bro. I don't know.
Okay, a sanger is a sandwich.
Sam, damn it.
So that's just a slang. It's a slang word. All right. Hey, that's me uncle Billy. He's true blue. True blue.
I would say True Blue is like the real deal.
Yeah, so true blue is like you don't get more Australian than that. Like you're
He's
fucking
the real deal. That's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
an
yeah,
Owen
yeah.
call. That's an Owen call. Okay,
That's it.
all right. Okay.
All right. So we got some more for you. Okay, so hey, just up here, Chucky Yui. Yui.
Make a U-turn.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah,
there you go.
baby.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm
Vince
back to
got it.
500, Piers. I'm 2-2. I'm 2-2, baby. Come on.
All right, so flat out like a lizard drinking.
Drunk.
No, I'm busy.
Oh, what?
I saw that on your Twitch thing, so I thought I had to throw it in there.
I forgot that. I forgot flat out like a lizard drinking. That's great. Now, is that commonly used, bro? Like once in a blue moon?
It depends, man. I think it's more of like an older generation would say it, like. But I'm trying to bring it back for the younger generation.
I love
you know
that. I love that, bro. Flat out like a lizard. I love that, man.
All right, so I got another one for you. So, oh shit, my dad came over to my house and he's outside wearing his budgie smugglers near the pool. Budgie smuggler.
Wait, say that again. Say it one more time.
So my old man's outside at my house and he's wearing his budgie smuggler. Budgie smuggler. Budgie.
Tight pants?
Speedo.
Oh,
so they call
okay.
They call him a budgie smuggler because when you get out of the water, it looks like you're smuggling. Anyway, you know what I'm saying.
I love that stuff, man. I love that stuff.
Hey, Vince, you want to come over to my place and get on the piss? Get on the piss.
Drink a beer.
Yeah, drink alcohol.
Not bad. Okay, that was good.
There you go. Right. There you go. Yeah. All right. Okay, so here we go. Pash. Mate, you should have seen my producer, Glenn, at the fucking nightclub the other night. He was pashing all over this old broad. Pashing.
He was pashing all over this. I would say a form of flirting.
No, pashing means like drunken making out. Drunkenly making out like that, you know, like that messy shit. Like that's the sort of shit that Glenn does at the club with those old broads.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Hey Vince, can I fancy you in a stubby?
Cigarette.
No, beer.
Oh, damn it.
Hey Vince, you want to have a game of 2-Up on Anzac Day with me? 2-Up.
Wait, say that again. On what? Insect Day? What?
No. Hey Vince, on Anzac Day, you want to come and play 2-Up with us? 2-Up.
2-Up. I'm gonna say golf.
No, so 2-Up is a game that we play on Anzac Day. So you got like a little paddle like that, and it's got 2 coins, right? So and people bet on heads or tails. So you're only allowed to play it one day a year in Australia, and that is Anzac Day. So there's a guy in the middle, he flips the coins up, and everyone has side bets around the ring.
Holy, and that's once a year. So you play that like all day long on that one day.
Basically what we do is we go down, we start drinking at like 9 a.m. and we just like all the men will just play like now women and stuff like that play it. But like I remember as a kid, like seeing my old man, my grandfather, my uncles going down there, like playing 2-Up and shit.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So he flips them off the board, but he doesn't.
Yeah, like no, they go up and they go up and they go up and they both have to hit the same like heads or tails. So
But
if there's
on the
one of
board,
each,
on the board or on the
no,
ground?
no, on the ground.
Okay.
So it gets boisterous.
Yeah.
So all right, so we got a couple more for you. Hey Vince, why don't you wrap your laughing gear around that, champion? Laughing gear.
Laughing. I don't know.
Why don't you try and eat this? Wrap your mouth around this. Try that. All right, so Vince, this I've got a couple more for you, and these are multiple ones. So like,
these are terrific.
So this is the first one of the multiple ones. All right, so this is going to be Servo, Bottle-O, and Macca's.
Okay.
All right, Vince, before you come over to my joint, I need you to fling past the Servo, pick up some durries, go past the Bottle-O, pick up a slab, and then swing by Macca's and get up a couple of dirty burgers.
Okay, so I got to name what all three are?
Yeah. So Servo, let's go Servo first because that was the first one.
Okay.
I need you to go to the Servo and get me some durries.
I'm going to say the Servo is a supermarket.
A service station, like a petrol station.
Oh, that's close. That's close.
Close enough. We'll give you that one.
Okay.
Bottle-O.
Okay, give me the context you said it in. I need you to go to the Servo.
Okay. I need you to go to Servo, pick up some durries, go to the Bottle-O, pick up a slab, and then swing past Macca's and get a couple of dirty burgers.
I gotta say that. Well, okay, so what am I? Which word are we on now?
Bottle-O.
When you say slab, I gotta say like butcher.
Nah, slab of piss, a slab of beer. So Bottle-O is a bottle
slab of beer.
Yeah, a slab of beer. That's
man.
like a case. All right, so the last one was Macca's.
And in what context?
Can you swing past Macca's and get us a couple of dirty burgers?
McDonald's.
Yeah, there you go. You got that one right. So,
very nice.
All right, so this is the last one, Vince, and this is a little bit. This is going to be a little bit crude. I know you're a good Christian man, so you know I'm a foul-mouthed Australian, so you're going to have to indulge me in this one. But this one we're going to use a few different ones. So we're going to go Sheila, Old Fella, Franger, Root. Okay, so I kind of think you're down for the Root. Okay, hey Vince, have you got a Franger for me, Old Fella? I just picked up this Sheila and she's keen for a Root.
I think I say that one more time. I think I know what this might be.
Hey Vince, have you got a spare Franger? I've just picked up this Sheila. I need a Frank. Hey Vince, can you give me a Franger? I need it for me, Old Fella. I just picked up this Sheila and she's down for a Root.
I think. Do you have a condom? I just picked up this whore and she's down for a bang. Is that right?
She's not a whore, but it's a chick. It's
she's
like a woman.
She's easy. Is she easy?
Well, Sheila's just like it's an older term that Aussie guys would use for women. So sort of like
I kind of got that one.
Yeah.
I love
like in this day and age, like calling a woman a Sheila is kind of like a bad thing, but like I don't know, if you're 50 plus, you get away with it.
Yeah, I love that thing. That's awesome, bro. I love that game. My favorite game, Piers.
But that has been the Guess the Aussie Slang. Vince, look, thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure to have time to sit down and talk with you, Vince. It's great to call you a friend. But Vince, where can everyone find you on social media? Where can everyone find Channel Attitude and also Russo's brand as well?
Yeah, I think if you guys go to russosbrand.com, that will drive you to everything. It'll tell you what shows are on Russo's brand. It'll tell you what shows are on the Patreon. It'll tell you what shows are on Channel Attitude. So if you go to russosbrand.com, that's the website. Go there and you'll be able to find everything right there, Piers.
Oh, perfect. But guys, thank you for everyone for tuning in. Make sure you tune in later today for Killing the Business with ECW Original, Kingpin, Angel, also King Mega, and the Burger King, Glenn Sexton. They'll be going live later today, so make sure you tune in for that. Also, guys, huge shout out to our sponsors, Healthvape.com. Use promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase. Also, guys, check out sleeps.com. That's SLEEFS, and check out some of their amazing products. Also, use that promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase. But guys, as I said, Vince, it's always been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for giving your time. Guys, until next time, we'll see you soon. Make sure you go check out Russo's brand, subscribe, and check out all of their amazing talent. Until then, guys, we'll see you again very soon. Peace.